Answer, man. Don't tell me to shut up. You understand?
Shut up.
Don't tell me to shut up.
Let me finish.
Let me tell you something right now. Do not tell
Let
me to shut up.
finish.
Do not. You need to watch your mouth.
Let me finish.
You need to watch your mouth.
Islam's ethics are based upon Allah's will, and that's bad. And
It's bad because you say so.
Yep. And if
Ding, 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 ding. It's bad. Don't point your finger at me if you don't want it back in your face. You gotta chill, okay?
I'm defending my country from becoming
How? By burning someone's book?
no, by informing citizens here about the Islam problem.
The fact that you think makes you a mighty macho man by making a macho man by burning someone's holy book, by harming someone's beliefs and values.
Again, you won't let me answer.
You think that's okay? That's what you want, huh? Clout chasing. You just want to do something to check people's.
Stop interrupting.
Listen, don't raise your voice at me and think that's going to be okay. I'm not one of these dudes over here. You understand me? I'm not the one.
I will.
I'm not the one.
I will.
You don't want that.
And
You don't want it with me. You don't want the smoke with me. I'm not one of these people. You feel me? I'm not one of these people. I'm a little different.
Muslim, my wife, it's
Who? Who's your wife?
the Muslim.
You're Muslim? Your wife?
When Muslims, our women, it is okay because Muhammad was.
You're not a man, really. Nah, like you need some more
times
dignity, bro.
most of the
You need
time-
more dignity.
Hey, most of the
Hey,
times,
don't tell me, hey.
Most of the
Don't
times-
tell. Hey, we could cut all this garbage off. I'm
fine.
not one of them. You understand? I'm not one of them.
Street DAWAH.
All right, guys, Street DAWAH, you know what it is. We are here right now, Islam Net in the building, here about to meet this bum of a Quran burner. That's his title. Can you believe that he identifies with this? Like, this is how he's getting clout. It's kind of embarrassing. You can pop him right over there. Take a look at him. He's right over there. Yeah. Now, alhamdulillah, we here though, and this dude is literally responsible for helping us build this masjid. So shout out to him for that purpose. But we need to shut this down over here. All right, guys. Okay. What's going on, guys? How we doing? You all right? What's going on? What's your name?
Lars Thorsen.
Lars?
Lars.
This is Lars Thorsen, the infamous Quran burner. Lars is the founder of an anti-Islamic terrorist group based out in Norway, who has gained publicity by burning the Quran. Lars's act of hatred has single-handedly united the Ummah to help raise over $500,000 to build Norway's first ever Dawah center and Masjid. This is the uncut, heated interaction between me and the Quran burner from when I flew all the way from New York to Norway to not only confront him for his devilish acts, but also lead a protest against his evil actions. Guys, as you can tell right now over here, people are protesting and they're not even Muslim. You get what I mean? Like, I don't even know what they're doing, but they know that they're against this type of racist behavior. So do you support this type of behavior?
I support these people's rights.
By burning Qurans?
Yes, why not? It is a book. Yes.
It is a book that is very meaningful and close to billions of people. The same way the Bible is, the same way the Torah is, and it is wrong to do it to any book.
Yes, but this is still Norway.
It doesn't make it right. So if you would like to stop the Islamophobia happening in Norway, then click the link in my description and join me in IslamNet as we make history in building the first of its kind Dawah center and masjid in the country of Norway. So click the link in the description and donate whatever you can. And watch this full video so you can understand this devilish actions that are taking place in Norway. Now, let's get back to the video. Lars, okay, Larry, so what's going on?
What's going on? Well, we're gonna have political stand here talking about the Islam problem.
Islam problem.
Yes.
What's the problem?
The problem is the tenets of Islam.
Tell me about it.
There's a lot of things. There's no golden rule. There's
What do you mean there's no golden rule?
the golden rule is a concept in all the other world religions except Islam.
Really? What's the golden rule?
It tells me to behave towards you like in the same way that I would like you to treat me.
So treat your brother, right? So you have to treat them with goodness. That's what you're saying.
That's what I'm saying. But goodness,
Yes.
goodness is
So loving for your brother what you love for yourself.
yes,
So you're saying that Islam doesn't teach that?
yes,
Well, there's a narration that from the Prophet Muhammad that says to love for your brother what you love for yourself.
yes, and
So it says that.
yes, but that's the important distinction here is brother, because Muhammad talks about a brother, aka the other Muslims, not humanity.
So not humanity.
not humanity, only the brothers.
Okay, so you're saying that this is only applied towards Muslims,
Yes,
and not for general humanity.
that's correct. And you could say that the proof that there is no golden rule is you're talking about the hadith. But if there,
We're talking about a what?
Muhammad says this and that.
Yes.
In
Hadith.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, so what's wrong with that?
There's nothing wrong with that. But if there had been a golden rule in Islam, you would have found it.
But you keep saying this word of a golden rule, like that's just something you've created. That's not a real thing that you're even talking about, you know? So you just keep mentioning this golden rule again and again, like that makes it realistic when there isn't. You're making up this word yourself about this golden rule. Islam teaches, like, come on, think about it, right? Even from the fact when a woman was feeding a dog and giving them water, that allowed them to earn paradise. So you're talking about how it doesn't allow you to, it only works for Muslims? Well, that's not even true. Even if you take care of an animal, the Almighty rewards you. So what are you going on about?
And again, you're talking about hadiths, and maybe it's right that a female Muslim earns paradise if she is treating a dog well, but still she's not allowed to treat non-Muslims well. Because
Tell me the evidence for that.
the Quran says that you should, the Muslims are brothers, and they should treat non-Muslims harsh and be kind.
Really?
Yes.
Well, if I was supposed to treat non-Muslims harsh, right, then I wouldn't be having a lot of friends when I'm pretty popular, and I'm pretty popular with everyone over here. And I would find someone who's very orthodox into my religion as well. And if Islam was that violent and dangerous that you talk about, you wouldn't be standing around me right now.
I would, because you can behave differently in different situations.
How so?
Dualism.
But you're doing the same thing right now.
No.
Yes, you are.
I am talking about the Islamic doctrines, and as I said, there's a dualism here which allows you to behave civilized towards me.
So you're saying that there's a dualism that allows me to behave one way towards you and one way towards the other people?
No, it allows you to behave, let me say, normal according to my ethics. Now, when Islam is weak militarily...
Islam is weak?
Yes.
It's the fastest growing religion in the world.
That doesn't matter.
Yeah, it
First of all,
because if it was so weak that you wouldn't be targeting it. If it's so weak, then why are you bothering with this?
I can answer that if you allow me to. First of all, the Islam is growing. Whether it's the fastest growing, that's an argument between Christians and Muslims, and I don't.
It's not an argument. It's a statistical fact.
Some say it. Other.
It's not some.
Yeah.
This is the world consensus.
Okay, let's find. If we say that that's a consensus, Islam grows because the Muslim females are just instruments to produce new jihadists.
So wait, time 1 second. So you're saying that because females are just having babies, that's the reason it's growing? When it's actually one of the fastest growing religion of acceptance right now. And Christianity, a lot of people tend to leave it and come towards Islam. Why is that?
The Christians say the opposite. So, and
You're a Christian, by the way. I don't know.
no, that's not relevant.
Of course it's relevant. Of course, because you said about every single religion has a golden rule, right? So I don't know what religion you follow, but what golden rule do you follow which allows you to do what you're doing?
The human ethics,
What human ethics?
the
What human ethics allows you to burn someone's book that's valuable to them? But you don't even do that to a Bible or Torah.
because I am not the Judification of Norway. I'm stop Islamization of Norway.
But time on 1 second. So you're not. So you've targeted Islam specifically. What's your love and infatuation with Islam? Because you're obsessed with it. It's obvious.
I'm not obsessed with it.
Of course you are.
The problem.
If Islam is so weak,
Okay,
you said it, Islam is so weak, so why are you targeting the weak, right? Why don't you target something that's more growing according to you? Instead, you want to target this weak religion when you know it's not. Instead, you're a clout chaser. That's what you're really doing.
Okay, I'll answer that.
Go ahead.
Islam is not weak on a world basis. Islam is weak in Norway at the moment because there's not that much Muslims, let's say 10%.
Okay.
But in other areas where Islam is dominating, Islam is strong, of course.
Okay, so the reason you're doing it here is because Islam is weak, but you would never do this in a place where Islam is stronger. Is that what you're saying?
If I did this in a country where Islamic rules apply, Sharia.
I'm not talking about that. I'm saying that if you're saying that there's a majority of Muslim area, not about a Muslim country, because it's debatable as to what makes an Islamic or Muslim country. But what you're saying is that because there's less Muslims here, you're targeting them here because it's less than 10%.
No.
That makes you a bully.
No, not at all.
Of course.
Okay, that's your opinion.
No, it's a fact because a bully is someone who, because they have bigger posture, they're able to target the weak. Therefore, that's the definition of what a bully does, and that's what you're doing.
I'm defending my country from becoming...
How? By burning someone's book?
No, by informing the citizens here about the Islam problem.
So why...
People on theology that commands you to invade and occupy my country.
So you're telling me that the reason Muslims are here right now is because the theology says to invade the country. Is that true?
It's true that the theology tells them to do that.
So where exactly does it say for us to invade a country and just settle over there?
The Quran says that the whole planet belongs to Allah.
Yes.
The Quran says...
It's all of the earth belongs to God. You disagree with that? You disagree that the whole... Oh, so this earth, right? The country of Norway or anything that has borders on it, it's because people have taken rule of that. But if you really boil it down, all of this, the trees, the earth, the sun, the moon, everything belongs to God. Would you agree?
You have to distinguish here between God and Allah, because
absolutely not. Absolutely not. You're not making an opinion. That's a falsehood as well too. Okay. If you don't want that the earth and everything in it doesn't belong to God.
That depends on whether the individual, for example, me, believes.
Now we're talking. There we go.
If you don't believe in a God,
you don't believe in a God.
I haven't commented on
because a person who believes in God wouldn't behave this way.
I will have to correct it. He said the world, the whole planet belongs to God.
Yes, the one true God, the God of Abraham.
Yeah,
the God of Abraham, the main God.
The problem is that it's quite...
You keep going back to you avoided the question. Don't avoid the question.
I'm answering the question.
Okay.
And the answer is that there is not only one God. There's several gods.
Oh, so you're saying there's multiple gods?
There's the Christian God. And there's Allah.
Time out. So you're saying there's a Christian God and then there's Allah, yes. Right? So is there a Jewish God?
It's the same guy as the Christians, except that the Christians are basing their moral ethics, their behavior on Christ.
Okay. So what's wrong with that?
Nothing. That's fine.
Okay.
But I wasn't finished to emphasize the distinction between God and Allah, because the Quran...
No, that's your distinction about it. The word, what does Allah mean?
This is the second time you're stopping me from...
No, because you're making something that's not true, because you don't even know what Allah means.
That's semantics only. So you're trying to distract...
I'm not.
You're not.
I think it's pretty obvious who's distracted.
Let me finish. You keep interrupting me.
Go ahead.
The Quran... chapter 109, verse 1 to 6. If you read that, you'll find that...
okay, apparently we have a Hafiz of Qur'an over here, guys, yeah.
So it says that you have your God, we have our God.
See, that's where... You see, my friend, listen to me. Listen, Larry, hold on one second, right? When you're talking... about this right now, even if you're going to quote something and you're going to make a summary of something, you got to make sure you're doing the correct way, otherwise you look like a bozo. Okay. Can't do that, right? Because he's not saying you're God. You have your way of life and we have our way of life, and it is talking...
We don't worship the same.
The word is deen used, Larry. It's deen, Levon. That's what's being used, not God. That's not the word that's being used over here. So you're putting your own interpretation in something, and you're literally looking like a bozo right now.
But you could also say that the ethics of Islam.
Go ahead.
Is the opposite of...
to be kind to your neighbor is a wrong ethic.
That's the non-Islamic ethic. But
how so?
Because the ethics of Islam derives from, it's based on 100% on Allah's will, the Quran.
Okay.
Yeah. And
so Allah has commanded us to be kind to our neighbors.
Only the Muslim neighbors.
False. False.
This is,
No. That's not a debatable thing. That's false. Because when the Prophet Muhammad was asked about who has rights over you and what neighbors have rights over you, he commanded almost as far as your eye can see. And it wasn't specified that it had to be a Muslim or not. This is your interpretation so that you can twist something in your direction, Larry.
anything. I'm just reading the Quran loud here because
You're not.
The Quran commands Muslims to hate non-Muslims.
It does.
Yeah.
Where does it command? Okay, several. So tell me one of them.
No, but you know.
Can we get his face too so we can look how ridiculous he looks?
There's how many 3,800 verses or something?
Just by quoting a number doesn't make you an expert, my friend. Okay, so you don't just have to say 3,000 some hundred. That's a sort of tactic that you're using to sound more of an expert. Tell me those several verses that call us to hate other people. Go ahead.
I don't remember them.
But yet somehow you remember that it's something that indoctrinated within you. How about the fact that you have hatred towards Muslims? Why? Why so much hatred towards Muslims?
Allah commands you to hate me, and you
Really? Where? Okay, show me where.
And you have this doctrine of hate. Allah
Still hasn't told me where.
In the Quran.
Wait, okay, you say in the Quran it has 3,000 some hundred verses. Go ahead. Tell me where. You're saying it's commanding you to hate.
You know this is true because you know the Quran. So you're just.
So you're saying that I know this is true, right? If I knew this is true, I wouldn't be debating this about you. I know that this is a falsehood. Absolutely not. I wouldn't waste my time with this right now.
Okay.
Right now, you've done a
Give me time. I'll find it.
Oh, so now you're gonna Google stuff.
No, but I have some
He
stuff.
has his in his notes, guys. While Levon over here is trying to like look for this over here, guys, be in mind that this man is burning a book that he doesn't even understand himself. He hasn't read it himself fully with a true, sincere heart. He's already here trying to make distinctions, but doesn't know what he's talking about. He's just pulling up his notes, trying to see where's verses where we're commanded to hate certain people, when that's not even the case. The Prophet Muhammad ﷺ never preached that, never commanded that whatsoever. But, you know, this man over here, you know, he wants to promote that sort of stuff. So we're going to wait. Go ahead.
4101. Kafir is a clear enemy for you.
What's a kafir?
That's a filthy infidel.
What is a kafir?
A kafir is a filthy infidel.
You see, this is once again exposing the fact of how ignorant this man is. That's not what a kafir is.
That's fine.
No, that's not fine as in that's SQ's opinion. That's not what a kafir is. Kafir comes from the root word of someone who actually digs and hides things. It is a person who knows the truth, understands the truth, and still decides to cover the truth. So when you call someone a kafir, it is talking about the people who recited the ayahs of the Qur'an. They understand the language of the Qur'an. They believe that he is the messenger of God and there is nothing worthy of worship except Allah, and still they deny it. That's different from an average person who that's different from a person who's walking has no idea of what Islam even is. You see, those are different things. That's not a people of a book. You see, once again, you're proving your ignorance.
The people of the book, which you are commanded to fight, 929.
Okay.
Until we submit and pay jizya or are killed.
Well, if you live in this country, do you pay tax over here?
I do, but I don't.
You do pay tax.
But I don't.
And in the tax, they take care.
Islamic State.
Time out 1 second. If you're in the country of Norway, you're paying tax, correct?
The jizya is not an ordinary citizen tax. You know that.
What is it?
It's a tax.
We have someone who's in fiqh over here. We have a master qadi over here, a sheikh over here. Tell us what is a jizya?
It's a tax imposed on non-Muslims who live in a country occupied by Muslims.
And what do you get in exchange for paying this tax?
You get protection from the Muslims, so the Muslim don't kill you.
No.
You do, and when you, for example, if you lose your job, you lose your income.
Where did you learn all these things? Like, who's teaching you these corrupt sort of like these interpretations of things? Who's your teacher? Who's your teacher? You're learning this from someone, huh? The Quran, the same Quran that you couldn't quote, and you made a different sort of argument behind it. That same Quran.
I can quote it.
You quoted clearly incorrectly a little earlier before.
No, you're trying to
I'm not.
mislead.
I'm not misleading anything. You guys can. Listen. You're being exposed in 4K right now, Larry. You gotta understand. I'm not doing anything. You're making yourself look like a fool. I don't gotta do that, bro. You understand? You're quoting things and interpreting things according to how you want to do it. The truth of the matter is, you want to spread hate. So if you're talking about the Muslim versus you, who's spreading hate? Let's really be honest over here. Who's spreading hate? You or I? You're going and getting someone's book and burning, or is it us who's doing that? You're saying that we're doing something, yet you're the one promoting hatred towards Muslims as well too. When did you realize that you were a child and you wanted to grow up to be a racist?
You have to.
When did you realize that?
This you have a bunch of questions, machine gunning questions. It's very hard to answer you.
When did you realize as a child that you wanted to decide to grow up and be a Quran burner? Like, did you have, like, you know, people want to be astronauts and engineers when they grow up. You wanted to be a Quran burner. Tell me more about that.
That's that's your.
It's like a child dream of yours. It was like you wanted to, like.
It's not. We have been doing a political activism for 19 years before we burnt our first Quran.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
But you're not burning any other book besides the Quran.
We are stop Islamization of Norway.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's.
So you hate Muslims?
No, Muslims and Islam is two different things.
What's the difference?
The difference is, Islam is a mindset. It's a complete way of life. It's a political system. It has its political system with
doesn't know what he's talking about.
War,
No. So what's a Muslim?
war doctrines. It's 164 verses about jihad.
Once again, you're quoting here, trying to sound like an expert. No. You're trying to number drop to sound like you're some expert. You ain't an expert, homie. Let me ask you this: you're saying there's a difference between Islam and a Muslim. What does it mean?
Muslim is someone who follows of Islam.
There we go. So you're saying those two things are separate.
Yes.
How?
Indeed.
Tenets of Islam. How are those two things separate? You said that Islam and a Muslim are two different things.
Because the Muslim is made of flesh and blood.
Okay.
And Islam is a mindset. It's a political system for.
It's an Abrahamic faith. It's a faith it's a monotheistic faith that's followed by a third of the world. So a third of the world follows Christianity, another third is Judaism, and a Muslim population is a third, and it's about to be one of the leading populations in the world. I can see why that burns you.
That is not relevant because.
Of course it's relevant.
No.
Of course.
No.
You come to a minority area where there's less than 10% over here because you know no one's going to slap you for doing something like that, and you want over here.
This is my country.
Okay, so do a lot of Norwegian Muslims.
When I was
When
I was born, there were 0% Muslims.
And why is that better for you? Why do you like that?
Because I remember how the country was.
Yeah.
When we didn't have this Islam problem.
Okay. Islam problem.
Yeah.
You keep saying it's a problem when Islam is the reason this GoPro of yours is even able to function. You know that?
No.
Yes.
And
because
that's
the rudimentary. No, it's not a debate. You clearly are not knowledgeable enough. The rudimentary algebra needed to even compile this is come from Islam.
It comes from India.
What are you talking about?
But all these
Algebra is it's a Muslim. It's a Muslim. No.
But okay. But that's.
You are enjoying the inventions of a Muslim, and yet you are here to burn stuff. Is it?
Yes.
Yet your man's is recording things. All had to do with our progression. This world was in the dark ages before Islam.
The Western civilization.
True or false?
The
True or false that this wasn't in the dark ages and the Muslims are the ones who brought the Enlightenment and Renaissance? Tell me, say that's false. Say and make yourself look a fool and say that's false.
That's false, and I'll tell you why.
How so?
How so?
Because because you said so.
The reason we had dark ages in Europe is because the Muslim pirates were blocking the Mediterranean and stopping all trade.
Larry, what are you going on about, man? You're here literally trying to rewrite your own history right now.
And one other important topic on this.
Tell us, please. We're all waiting.
What we're calling the Islamic golden age.
Go on.
Islam had a golden age when the Muslims invaded and plundered gold in India and Europe.
Cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, cool, because what did the Christians do with the Crusades? Why won't you mention that?
We'll come to that later.
Oh, that's going to come later.
Because it's a consequence of the first. So
The first, so wait. So you're saying that Islam was the reason the Crusades took place?
But now you're jumping on topic here.
No, because you're
Yes,
once
we are.
again,
Yeah.
no, once again, you're looking
I'll
like
gladly
you're
talk
looking
about-
ridiculous
I
right
will-
now, and it's being exposed in 4K right now.
You won't allow me to explain.
Because you're saying like a whole bunch of things that aren't even true. It's not about jumping from topic to topic. Lars, you really don't make any sense. You're deluded in your mind to what the truth is, yet factually you're wrong. You want to go back to the time where there was 0% Muslims, and that's what you like the most. That's what you love. You just love the fact that this was a white place. What are you talking
nothing
about?
to do.
What are you talking about? It was safe.
Because Muslims are extremely overrepresented as killer zombies and sexual predators.
Killer zombies. That's an interesting one, ladies and gentlemen. We heard it here first right now. A killer zombie, all right? Tell us what's a killer zombie.
A killer zombie is someone who kills without using the brain, just submitting and obeying.
Got you.
Yep.
Got you. So, would you consider me a killer zombie?
I don't know today. Maybe
You don't
tomorrow.
know. But if I'm a
don't know
Muslim,
yet.
but
I
hold
don't know yet.
you see, that's the problem right there, right? You've made a claim that Muslims are killer zombies. You know I'm a Muslim, yet when I asked you, am I a killer zombie, you said, I don't know you yet. Clearly, you don't know not only Muslims, our doctrine, you don't even know actually represent and spend time with the Muslim to understand what Muslims truly feel and believe. Because if that was in our doctrine, you would have been extinct a long time ago.
No. That's a dualism.
That's the dualism right there. Oh, so it's dualism when you want it to be. Okay.
No. It's when Islam wants it to be.
Really?
It's quite clear. This step by step.
If it's so clear, then why are you finding it so difficult to explain to us? You just mentioned the fact that we were killer zombies. That's what Islam teaches. That's what Muslims are. I asked you if I'm a killer zombie.
I'm not saying that Muslims, as per se, all of them today are killer zombies. But I'm saying that Islam commands them to be killer zombies.
Does it?
Yes.
So if I follow this faith, which I clearly do, why haven't I encountered that verse that calls me to be a killer zombie?
Because it's not the time yet.
It's not the time yet. So it's going to be in activation mode soon?
I don't know when.
You don't know? But we're going to get activated?
As we know, the Quran says when you're 10%, you are strong enough to overthrow them and seize power.
Okay, so we're trying to overthrow you and seize power. So what's the end goal?
End goal is...
Yeah, what's our end goal according to you?
Not according to me, according to Allah.
Okay, what's that end goal?
That Islam should conquer the whole planet and rule over all people. The goal is not to make all people Muslims. The goal is to dominate the whole planet.
Okay, so if I were to say that Jewish people today control a lot of the economy, Jewish people are controlling a lot of the media, right? What would you have to say about that? Because that's what they're doing. They're dominating right now. So is that not in their doctrine as well too? Tell me more about that.
I don't know whether it's new to me that the Jewish doctrines, as the Old Testament, tells them to dominate Hollywood or banking industry.
Okay, so but they're controlling everything. That most of the media and the banking industry is controlled by Jewish people. Okay, so my question to you is this: if you're talking about world domination, it's them. It's not even us. We're not in that. If you look at what's happening in the world, Muslims are the ones getting beaten up. Muslims are the ones who are being oppressed at the moment. So once again, you found that 10% so that you could bully and do whatever you want again. If you're looking at it, we are the ones who are in the worst of conditions at this very moment. So what are you going on about that we're trying to do world domination and all that sort of stuff? We have our own issues that we're trying to fix ourselves, internally within ourselves. So what are you going on about?
I'm going on about the historical facts that shows us that when Islam forces its way into a society...
Force.
Yeah, force.
Force. Like in Indonesia, Malaysia, when Islam came by business trade.
Indonesia is a very interesting case because that might be the only country.
Was it?
That might be the only country that has been Islamized by demographic warfare.
Demographic warfare. Notice how you're inventing these really cool words, right? Demographic warfare, trying to like scare the people over here. It was business trade that took place over there. They saw how the Muslims operate within their business and they loved that fact.
But what they probably didn't love that much is that the Muslims couldn't let go. That they had to commit genocide there too.
What genocide did Muslims commit in Indonesia?
They killed at least 500,000 communists 51 years ago.
Okay, tell me, if it was up to you right now, how would you eliminate the Muslims?
I'm not out to eliminate Muslims. I'm here to prevent Islam from gaining political power.
If this is in our doctrine, and if according to you, right, if this is in our doctrine and this is prophesied to be true, then no matter what you do, Islam is going to prevail. Don't you think? If this is in our doctrine and we believe that to be true, right? No matter what you do, Islam is going to be successful. So why are you so against something that's already prophesied by God to be successful?
Not God, Allah.
Okay, Allah, but again, you're trying to, hold on 1 second. You keep trying to say that Allah and God are two separate things. When I asked you what does Allah mean, you were unable to identify and explain.
No, I'm not unable to do that, but
You are.
That's
Because if you could, you would have.
it's a distraction.
It's not a distraction, sir. It's pretty obvious right now. No, it's not turning. You've been exposed in 4K camera over here to expose the fact that you don't know what you're talking about. When asked a simple question, you going on about, demographic warfare and killer zombies. But when asked a simple question about our creed, about what does Allah mean, when I asked you what does a kafir actually mean, you were unable to identify this. Yet you say, I know it. Then tell us.
What you are trying to do is to...
Oh, goodness. What am I? There is no debate. For a debate to take place, someone of sense and logic has to be there. And I'm sorry to tell you, you don't meet those standards. So I'm asking you, if you knew so much, you'd be able to tell me, what does Allah even mean?
Allah means God, and that's semantic, and
that's not what Allah means.
That has nothing.
But that's not what Allah means.
That has nothing to do with.
But that's not what Allah
the
means.
Islam problem.
But once again, you just keep saying Islam problem like it's a fact because you said it is, and that's called white privilege. Just so we're clear.
Yeah. Okay. You can call it whatever.
No, but that's a fact because you're saying because you said it's true, therefore it's true. I'm asking you, what does Allah mean? You said Allah means God. Right? But then you said God and Allah are two separate things. So one, that's not even the true definition of Allah. So what does Allah mean? Do you need to be educated? Just say SQ, please educate me. And I got, no. Now you said the truth. The truth is you don't care. You don't care to learn. You don't want to know. You just want to burn your Qur'an and cloud chase with your little bozo friends.
You don't.
That's the truth.
You're not very polite. But
so maybe tell me what's polite. What's polite? I would rather deal with you the way you deserve to be. Time on 1 second. I would rather speak to you the way you deserve to be treated, right? Not this dualism thing that you're accusing me of. I'm straight to you how I'm straight to you. You understand? It's not no dualism. If I'm feeling something towards you, you're going to know my feelings. With you, if you talk about dualism, all of a sudden you couldn't answer my question. You're backpacking right now and you're saying, oh, you're not very polite, as if someone could just curse you out and say nasty things about you in a nice way, and that's okay. I'm talking to you the way you deserve to be spoken to. You're trying to bully the Muslims and you're exposing yourself to be an ignorant man.
You won't get a very informative debate when you're not.
This isn't a debate.
And you're doing your best to prevent it from being a debate.
There isn't a debate because someone of reason and sort of sound mind has to be here. You have your own ideas of Islam and that's what you're trying to portray. You have your own political agenda and that's the truth.
I have a political agenda.
Yes, you do.
And so do Allah. I don't want his agenda to be...
Why? Because it doesn't fit with the white man's agenda?
White?
Yeah.
Norwegian agenda, the Western agenda. Our ethics is better than Islamic ethics.
Really?
So therefore we will not allow...
Really? What ethics?
Ethics.
Like what?
Like what's good and bad.
Okay, what's good and bad? So you're saying, where do you get your ethics from?
The Western ethics is based on the Christian ethics.
So your ethics are based upon Christian ethics?
Yes.
So are you against homosexuality?
And it's been...
are you against homosexuality?
For once, you should let me speak.
Because if you're saying your ethics, where do you get your ethics from? Once you're done doing the bhangra, what is your ethics? Where do you get your ethics from?
I'm explaining it, but you're keep.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Enlightenment, Renaissance. Throughout the centuries, our ethics has formed into a set of values that is superior to Islam's.
No problem. So your ethics comes from the Renaissance and history.
Yep.
Okay. So your ethics come from a time period. Okay, decided by society.
Yeah, and that's also true with the Jewish ethics because they have transformed and reformed over time. Islam has not.
Islam doesn't need to because it's perfected. It is because our doctrine hasn't changed. Our book hasn't changed. It hasn't been altered. It's been preserved through time. It doesn't need to. It evolves with the time while staying the same. While other people need to change their doctrine because it's been translated and changed. Do you understand? That's the reason. Yes. So, but your ethics don't answer the question of what's right and wrong. So, are your ethics okay with like incestual marriage and stuff? Like, are you okay with that?
It's political.
That's not a political question. If I'm asking you, are you okay with a brother and sister being together? That's an ethics question.
No, of course not.
Why not?
Because it's incest is it's bad for it's immoral. But it
says who?
Our ethics.
Where did wait? Who says that?
In Norway, we have laws against that.
So one second.
Related to the fact that you will.
Your ethics came from. Sorry about that. Your ethics are coming from society, right? In society, once upon a time, later on in the future, perhaps, if incest is normalized, then according to your ethics, that will be okay.
No,
of course it will. Because if your ethics come from society in ages and Renaissance, right? One day in 55 years or 100 years when incest is totally okay, the future version of you would be totally fine with that because your ethics change with what society believes is to be true or false. Because if you said it was Christian, you see the point. If you said it was Christian values, then one, not only does that not support the Christian values, burning someone's holy book is not Christian value as well. So your ethics is not okay. Your ethics also deals with noosing black people then, because your ethics according to society would lynch people of different colors. So I can see where you get those ethics from.
Our ethics is from Christ, his behavior.
So what's Christ-like behavior of burning someone else's holy book? Tell me. This is your shot, man.
He didn't say anything about that, but
about burning someone's book.
The major point here is that Islam's ethic is the quite opposite of ours, and we
you keep going back to that. You keep going back to that. You keep going back to that.
There are two things there, or rather three.
Make up your mind.
Islam is based on Muhammad's behavior, and that's bad. And Islam has no golden rule, and that's bad. And
according to you. According to you and your ethics that change with time.
And
your morals and values change.
Islam's ethics are based upon Allah's will, and that's bad. And
it's bad because you say so.
Yep. And if
ding 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 ding. It's bad. Don't point your finger at me if you don't want it back in your face. You got to chill, okay? So you got to remember something. It is bad because you say so.
Because my ethics say so.
Your ethics say so, which are based upon society. It's not based upon Christ, because Christ does not support the burning of Qur'ans.
So do you say? I didn't hear him say that.
So wait, so you're saying Christ does support burning Qur'ans? Christians support burning Qur'ans?
Burning Qur'ans, or more important, the Muslims' reactions to burning the Quran.
So that's what you want, huh? Clout chasing. You just want to do something to check people's...
interrupting.
Listen, don't raise your voice at me and think that's going to be okay. I'm not one of these dudes over here. You understand me? When you speak to me, when you speak to me, I'm civilized. But it's according to you, because I'm not letting you speak. You're not saying a whole bunch of things. You're saying things according to yourself.
And you always interrupt me before I can...
Let's get this straight. Don't raise your voice at me. Are we clear?
Yeah, raise your voice all the time.
Oh, but no. I'm just letting you know.
Because we're not equal, because you're Muslim.
No, we're not equal because you're a hate preacher.
Okay, fine. And the ethics of Islam, is based on Allah's will. And if you look into Sharia, it says clearly that the ethics is...
it's clear, but, yeah.
Reliance of the Traveler, A14.
Oh, he just quoted something, guys.
Yeah.
Go ahead. But that means you're an expert because you quoted something. Go ahead.
It means that I've read the...
No, it does not. Reading and understanding are two different things, Large. Comprehension is different from is just by reading.
You don't find your own definitions of Sharia. Sharia is bang.
What does Sharia mean?
Sharia says that you are interrupting me again.
I didn't even say nothing. What did I say? I just nodded my head.
Ask the question.
You look like, come on.
You asked that question. Sharia is based on the ethics of Sharia is based on Allah's will, not your heart and mind, because you are human and you can be wrong. That's what.
Do you disagree with that statement that you're human and you could be wrong?
Of course, people can be wrong.
Okay. So is there a possibility that you're wrong?
In many topics.
Is there? So wait. So is there a possibility? Is there a possibility? Because you said it yourself. If you're governing yourself with your mind and your heart, is there a possibility that you're wrong?
Yes, everybody is wrong, and that's why ethics in Islam is purely based.
You went back to Islam's ethics. If you're talking about because you see, the reason we're talking about equals or anything like that, your ethics are based upon history, time. You can't even say Christianity because you're giving Christians a bad name. You're even giving Norwegians a bad name. You understand? This is your own. No, it's not about a political stance. It is not in the natural human disposition to be hateful towards other people. You understand? This is something that you're going towards. It's not something that's common. We've spoken to the average Norwegian person. They're not about this. You're on some radicalized type of stuff, homie. It's not what the average Norwegian believes. And if you don't believe that, we could pull up someone right now and someone would just look at you and be like, yo, that's not even true.
It looks like you're having a problem with the Quran burning. And this is.
Listen, I don't have a problem with that at all. You know why? Because you've helped raise and build a thing that you don't even want to be done. You're trying to like make sure that Islam gets eradicated. Yet you're building the largest DAWAH center and Masjid in the country of Norway. So it's like you're trying to eradicate Muslims, but when a mosque comes, more Muslims come to live here.
How come you cannot argue without lying? You're lying.
Go ahead. How?
You keep mentioning Muslims and Islam as it was.
Because a Muslim is someone who follows Islam, the doctrines of Islam.
Two different things.
No, it's not.
It's possible to hate Islam but not hate people.
It's possible to hate Islam and not hate people. Say that again so that you don't sound too ridiculous. Say that again.
It's possible to hate any mindset, any political system, without hating people.
Okay, so you don't hate Muslims?
No.
You just hate Islam?
Well, Allah hates me.
Dualism. You are afraid to say what's on your mind and heart. And you're talking about dualism of Muslims? You're afraid of getting canceled. You know if you said something crazy and this goes online? Yeah, so you hate Islam? Come on, say it.
Why should I say that?
Because if it's in your heart, notice your tongue is not going to say it.
Do
you hate Islam?
I don't hate anything.
Okay.
But there's good reasons to hate Islam.
So the reason you hate Islam?
No, I didn't.
You didn't say that. No. He just feels that.
No, the thing is that you don't know me. You don't know my heart and mind.
That's a good point you made. I don't know your heart and mind. And can I say you don't know mine either?
Can
you say you don't know mine either?
I don't know you.
Exactly.
And that's
so instead of us getting to know each other and actually sitting down together and understanding my beliefs and my values, if you're saying Islam is so new to Norway, isn't it possible that because it's so new and you hate what you don't understand, that's possible that if you don't sit with people who are Muslims, you're not going to understand what true Islam is?
The problem with your argument is that a Muslim does not define Islam. Islam defines Muslims.
So who taught you about Islam?
Allah and Muhammad.
Tama, so you went to the text directly?
Yep.
Okay, so if I were to give you a math text, right? Anytime you read a text in a school or whatever, you have something called a teacher, right? Who was your teacher? Because you don't read anything or study anything without a teacher. So who was your teacher?
Ibn Ishaq, the Tafsirs,
So you've sat with these people?
No, I read them.
So you were just reading books according to your own understanding, and now you're just making developments. And because this is the point that I'm trying to make. Anytime you study something, you need a teacher to help you guide and instruct you through that. Who was your teacher that you sat down with to understand Islam?
Islam is simple. The Quran says Islam is simple, and it's so simple that...
Islam is simple?
Yeah.
Where does it say that in the Quran?
I don't remember.
You don't remember. But it's so simple that you know it's simple.
You know,
you don't remember
because you know it's the Quran.
So okay, wait, tell me. I know it's true. Okay, I know it's true. Fine. Let's for argument's sake, I know it's true. So I'm asking you, show me where it's true. That you believe it's true. You said that it's in the Quran. So show me where.
Why should I show you?
Why should I show you? Because you don't know where. Because it's not a true fact that you're saying.
If we had this discussion via Zoom or something, I could look it up. But I don't. There's no reason for me to go to know the.
Because you have your beliefs, and there's no reason for you to know the Quran. Because you have your own, you already have your mindset set to what you believe, and you can't change someone who. And the goal is not to even change you. It's not even like that. Islam is so new in Norway, and that's why the dawah needs to take place. So there's not more people like you, because the more people like you that exist, it's more hatred in the world, dude. This is not what the world needs right now. And if you're really talking about it, your war and the war that's happening is against deism, against God. And Muslims, Christians, Jews, the fact that we all believe in that one true God, that's what you think. No, that's what you think. No, that's what, the same Quran that you weren't able to tell me that was simple. You see what I'm talking about?
I don't say it's simple. The Quran says.
Then show me where. Exactly. That's my point. Don't point your finger. Watch out. Watch out. Don't point your finger at me. Come on now. Okay? So this is what I'm trying to say, homie, right?
You're
saying.
And you know
okay, so tell me, prove me I'm a liar. So quote me. Go ahead.
Okay. Everyone who looks at this can look it up in the Quran and find that I'm telling the truth.
There we go. So we just want you to start Googling and Wikipedia and stuff. Okay.
You don't Google? Yeah. Don't people have a Quran?
They do?
Yeah, fine.
And that's why we need a dawah center. We need a dawah center in Norway so the hate preachers such as yourself are eradicated. If anything needed, domestic.
I'm not talking about eradicating Muslims, but you want to eradicate Norwegians.
I really?
Yeah.
Muslims, how so?
You said
by educating them about the fastest growing religion in the world and why you shouldn't be afraid or hate something. That's how eradicating someone.
You should have wanted to.
How is that making someone less Norwegian? If someone has Norwegian values, culture from here, learning about Islam doesn't take away what you already have.
If you are a Norwegian and you convert to Islam, you become an ex-Norwegian.
You become an ex, according to you?
According to
according to you.
Because
according to
you have to change your ethics, your way of life. You have to change everything.
Like what?
And because
what do you have to change?
The way you think.
Well, how? Okay. You have to stop thinking.
Yeah.
You have to.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Well, if we're talking about zombies and not thinking, it's kind of clear who's thinking and who's not thinking right now. It's pretty obvious. You're saying right now that by becoming a Muslim, it's like you become an ex-Norwegian. When that's according to you.
It's according to the fact that Norway and Islam has opposite ethics, and you cannot be a Norwegian if you don't have Norwegian values. And if you...
What are Norwegian values? Go ahead, educate us.
And then ours.
Okay, what are those better values? Go ahead, what are they? Y'all be eating glizzies. I see you guys just eating a bunch of glizzies the other day. Are those Norwegian values?
Say again?
A glizzy?
What?
A glizzy.
What's that?
You don't know what a glizzy is?
No.
You love glizzies, I could tell. But look, what are Norwegian values and cultures? What is it? That's so better, right? According to you, like, what are these Norwegian values that you have to, leave? Go ahead.
It's trust. Our society is based upon trust.
Okay, what trust? Trust in what?
Trust in your neighbor.
Okay.
But Islam is not. Islam is based upon intolerance and hate.
Is it?
Yeah.
So in Islam, when it teaches you about loving your neighbor, right?
No, not your neighbor. Your Muslim brother.
Oh, good. You're going to have to quote that. You're going to have to quote that because I'm telling you right now that Islam teaches us that to be kind to your neighbor, be good to your neighbor. You're saying that neighbor has to be a Muslim. See the difference over here? If you're talking about hatred, right? You're the one who's trying to instill hatred into people's hearts and minds, and you're trying to misquote Islam to make people hate something. So if you're really talking about the distinguishing factors between us, you're the one who are really trying to put the hatred over here, not Muslims. And this is clear as day.
Okay, fine. Now, for half an hour, you've been insisting that Islam has a golden rule. Where in the Quran do you find this golden rule?
But no, the fact that you say there is a golden rule is your beliefs and your values. I'm not saying there's a golden rule of Islam. You're the one claiming this.
I'm claiming that all...
You're claiming that all religion has a golden rule. Are you some theologist? Tell me, where did you study that? What scholar has told you about this golden rule system?
You can just by studying religion in...
You haven't studied religion.
In school.
You haven't. You haven't. I could tell. Because you see, when asked about this golden rule idea, you're not going to hear any scholar talk about the golden rule. And if there is a golden rule, you're saying every religion has it except Islam.
Yeah, that's right. And
according to you.
Yeah. Yeah, but
And by the way, you learned about Islam by studying it yourself and not having a teacher. And we already agreed to the fact that human beings who operate off their mind and their heart can be wrong.
Yeah, and you are trying to desperately to avoid the fact because you know that
I'm not desperate.
You are not quoting the golden rule of Islam because there.
What is the golden rule of Islam?
There is no.
So what's the golden rule of Christianity?
Do to your neighbor as you want him to do to you.
What's the golden rule of Judaism?
It's the same, and Hinduism, Buddhism, it's the same.
Street Dawah, you know what it is. This clown, it's like banging your head on a wall, bro. Honestly, it's just like, you know, it doesn't even matter what you quote or what you don't quote. This dude is in his own delusion, and that's what the whole idea is going to be. Anyways, what tree we're going underneath there?
He's coming back with an umbrella for us.
So he has some kindness in him, yeah? We're trying to show. Notice he said that he wouldn't hate Islam. He can't say it. He's not going to say that, is he? He's not going to say it, but you hear it in his heart. You hear it, but he's not going to physically say that. And he's accusing us of dualism. What do you think of so far what's taken place, bro?
It's a very good, mashallah, tabarakallah. You have really exposed him and shown what kind of ignorant fool he is. And he doesn't know anything. He doesn't have an answer to any question whatsoever. Alhamdulillah, this event here will just be a reminder for the whole world that these kinds of hate preachers, they don't have nothing.
Nothing.
There's no substance
Nothing.
in what they're saying.
Wallahi, and you know what, bro? This is, okay, he's trying to be like the main, he's trying to act like he's the main Norwegian guy. And this is why we need a Dawah center and Masjid in the country of Norway. So that there are more hate preachers such as him being produced, right? We have to educate people about Islam. Islam is so new over here that he's educating himself about it. And he already agreed to the fact that his heart and his mind that he governs himself off could be wrong. So it's proven fact that he could be wrong about his understanding about Islam. SubhanAllah.
He's gonna bring an umbrella.
Thank you. That's a big umbrella, man.
Yeah.
Look, I gotta say, the manners are great. You got some great manners, you know. And when I heard you guys speak over the phone, like, this dude sounds like a really solid dude. Oh, this dude sounds like a really solid character. You get what I'm saying?
There you go.
Now you see, in Islam, I received the reward for helping you with that. Right? In Islam, I received the reward for helping you with that. Yeah? But you're not a Muslim, but yet I received a reward for helping you in that. What was my, why did I do that? Because I know there's a reward for me in helping humanity. If there was some rubbish on the floor and I picked that up and I cleared it so that everyone could benefit from that, that's because Islam has taught me that I will get a reward for that. It doesn't matter if the person is a Muslim, an atheist, a Jew, or a Christian or Buddhist. If they are benefiting from that clear road because I helped them out with that, there is a reward for me in that. You see? Where's the dualism?
There's another, the dualism is the reward you get from killing. Take a look at chapter 9, verse 1.
Go ahead.
Allah buys your property and your life, and in exchange you have to kill and be killed for Allah's cause.
So
kill and be killed. And the reward you get is a straight ticket to paradise. You don't have to lie in the grave until doomsday.
Okay.
And you take, is it 70 family members or something with you?
Okay.
A bunch of family.
Okay.
So
let's suppose. Let me tell you something. Time out 1 second, right? So if there was a war taking place, right, and I got to battle someone, and if I died in that battle, you're telling me that there's a reward from God? Okay, that sounds wonderful. If I have to battle someone and I have to fight someone, I know that whatever happens to me in that, I will be rewarded for that. But notice, a fight has to take place between two people. I'm not just picking on people, burning people's books, and starting a fight with people. There's a difference over here.
Let's talk about who starts this fight. If you take a look at Ibn Ishaq, the second oath at Aqaba, I'm not sure if I can spell that correctly, but you know.
It's not about your spelling that has a mistake, it's your understanding with the mistake, so continue on.
Well, both Al-Tabari and Ibn Ishaq is clear about what the Muslim, what it implies, what the Muslim did. It was to take part in a war against humanity.
A war on humanity.
Yes.
So you're talking about a war on humanity. When I just told you about the fact that if I were to pick something and clear it from the road, I would get the reward for everyone who benefits from that road. So there's a war against humanity, yet at the same time I'm being instructed to help humanity.
It's not helping humanity by picking up some.
So wait, tell me, so 1 second. If I'm cleaning litter from the floor and I am putting it in the wastebasket and recycling, you're telling me that's not helping humanity?
Well, it might be, but the problem with
It either is or isn't. It's not a might.
Okay, let's say humanity gets happy when you pick up a branch from the.
They don't get happy. They benefit from it.
Okay, fine, but that doesn't.
They benefit from it, and I get a reward from it.
Fine, that's good.
So I have an incentive to do good. Show me what's your incentive to do good.
To save the planet, save my country from
By burning Qur'ans.
political Islam.
By burning Qur'ans. Because that's your thing. I mean, this is what I'm saying, right? Like, it's getting kind of old. Like, what's your? I want to know what else do you have in your bag? Like, what else are you gonna do? Because that whole Quran burning thing is getting quite old. So, like, what else do you plan on doing? Because it seems kind of like, you need some new content.
Okay, fine. Do you have any good ideas?
Me? No, personally, no. Because I don't preach hate.
Fine.
So I don't believe in hurting someone else's religion or their beliefs or their values. You understand? So I don't have any value, any type of thoughts about that. Because my religion doesn't teach me to do that. But your ethics do. Your ethics do.
No.
Because you're acting according to your ethics, and I'm acting according to my ethics. My ethics are teaching me to clear the road and help humanity. Your ethics are teaching you to burn a Quran. Let's see who's in the right and wrong.
Ethics is not about picking up branches. It is to follow the commandments of Allah.
And Allah has commanded me. Allah has commanded me to make sure that I am helping humanity and I'm being an asset to society.
You're talking about the Hadith. Allah has commanded you to fight the infidels until his religion is reigning in the whole world. And you know that. You know that.
Okay,
And
okay.
To me, it's a little more important whether we get invaded and occupied than whether it's some litter on the pavement.
So you believe that Muslims being here, Islam being here, is an invasion and occupation?
I don't believe it. Allah says it, and the history.
No. Is it an invasion or is it not? Your country or Norway, you're being invaded by Islam.
We are invaded at the moment. Yes.
By Islam.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're acting like Islam is some alien.
Well,
You're being invaded by some UFO alien that's going to take you up and beam you up.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, you are.
They're just gonna chop our head off.
So you're saying that Islam teaches people to chop their heads off?
Yes.
Really? Mm-hmm. Really? So this is what is being taught right now when in the Quran. In the Quran, you're saying in the Quran is teaching about people to chop their heads off.
Yes, and you said right now. I said,
No, but where in the Quran is it talking about chopping people's head off?
Yeah, the Quran.
I must have skipped that chapter. Can you refresh my memory a bit? Where is it talking about chopping people's head off?
I don't know. It's at least 3 verses.
As you think about that, right? As you think about that, the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ explained clearly that even within a war and you are fighting someone, and if the person gets killed in the war, you're not to mutilate the body. So you're talking about chopping someone's head off in this process.
Just like the Prophet did on the in Medina when he killed this Jewish tribe.
Who?
Muhammad.
Okay, and he killed what Jewish tribe?
The last tribe after he
Tell us more. Give us the history lesson right now. Go ahead.
No, we had some other important topic here, which you interrupted. I could talk about Medina. But,
that's very convenient of you, huh? When asked about, tell us the history lesson of that. And it's very interesting, right? It's very interesting, right? When you want to quote and mention the history of the Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessing be upon him, you do so, right? But when we're talking about the hadith, you deny that. You say no. So it's just like no. Well, the Quran is something else, the hadith is something else, right? But when you want to mention and make your points about something, you bring in the Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessing be upon him, when you want to. But when something is in the favor of the teachings of the Prophet Muhammad, you say no. Well, that's the hadith, right? So if you're talking about, once again, dualism, you're afraid to even mention and say that you don't like Islam.
May I answer?
Go ahead.
Thank you. The dualism.
You're welcome.
The dualism is the concept that allows Muslims to adjust their behavior based upon how strong Islam is in this area at the time.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how have we adjusted our behavior? Based on we're only 10% in Norway, how have we adjusted our behavior?
You only have you don't rape too many of our children or females and children.
Too many. We don't do too many. So we're doing too less right now.
Less than you will at 20%.
So right now, are you saying that the rape cases that are being held right now in Norway are done by Muslims?
Not all, but almost everyone.
Almost everyone. Almost everyone.
If you look at the
So you're saying in Norway right now, listen, you're making a really big claim about the consensus of your country right now, right?
this is facts.
Wait,
Police say it's fact.
the police are saying the fact that the most rapes that happen in your country are by Muslims.
Yes.
Wow.
And they've said this for years. So
Really?
Yeah. And
Wow.
you have the same statistics in Sweden, Denmark, Germany, France. You know this. Britain.
Hide your kids.
Look at-
Hide your kids, because that's what's happening.
Yeah. Look at the Britain, the grooming cases.
Okay, what about
the Muslims from Bangladesh and Pakistan? They are 170 times more likely to be a sexual predator than.
You just made up an entire statistic by saying a few numbers together when you probably don't even understand what you're actually even talking about. You're trying to make it seem You're trying to make it seem like Muslims are some grooming gang members and that's what's taking place across the world, because in your corrupt mind, this is what's going on.
I don't say grooming is taking place in the whole of Western Europe as it is in Britain, because Britain is special. But rapes, Muslim sexual.
You said Muslims and Islam are two separate things,
Yes.
right? So a person, what a Muslim does, has no reflection of Islam.
Unless
when did Islam tell him to do the raping? Go ahead. Tell us. You're so knowledgeable about the Quran, Sheikh. Tell us, Sheikh. Sheikh Lars, where in the Quran does it say to rape the women? Go ahead. Tell me where it is.
Those your right hand possess, you know.
So tell me where the raping is allowed to take place. Go ahead. You see, a second ago, as you can rewind this on the 4K camera, you guys see what's going on right now. Once upon a time, he's saying the Muslims and Islam are two separate things. Yet, when it came down to it, and accusing the Muslims of rape and all this sort of garbage, right? You want to say Islam and Muslims are together.
No, I say Muslims.
So what the Muslims do over there, the Muslims do over there, has nothing to do with Islam.
When a Muslim rapes because Islam tells him it's okay to do so, it has to do with
There
Islam.
we go. And that's the
Has to
point.
do with
No,
Islam.
it has to do with Islam when you believe it suits your agenda. If a Muslim is doing something that's incorrect, that has nothing to do with the faith. Has nothing to do. It is with their own weaknesses. That's like a Muslim who is doing something that God has said not to do. So let's suppose a Muslim is drinking alcohol. That has nothing. That's not a reflection of the faith. That's a reflection of the weakness of their iman. And that's something within themselves, right? That's not a reflection of the religion. So it's okay for you to distinguish the difference between a Muslim and a Islam when it suits you. But when something negative is happening, oh, Muslim and Islam coincide.
May I respond? Yes. The Quran says that Muhammad is the perfect example. And he was a predator. He infidel females.
He raped them.
Yeah.
Okay.
He also Aisha, you know that.
Gotcha.
He's a
Okay.
So, pedophilia and in non-Muslim is good because Muhammad did it. And
So,
that is why in Islamic ethics it's fine to rape.
So let me ask you a question, right? So look, you're able to say these really nasty things and harsh things, right, about the Quran. You're able to burn them. You're able to say this about Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessing be upon him, right? And you're saying, and this is all protected under your freedom of speech. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Okay, so if I were to talk about your mom right now, you're good with that?
Yeah.
You're good with that. So you're me telling about your mom.
Muslim.
No, tell me one second. So if I were to talk about your mom, right, and how she's kind of, that's okay.
Well,
She is.
If it makes
She
you
is.
feel, yeah, I know.
No, but you're saying your mom.
I heard this all the time.
But wait, you're okay with your mom being a.
She's not. But
wait, tell me, why is she not?
I don't mind.
You don't mind talking about no, not Muslim. No. Under freedom of speech. No. You're primitive because you are insulting. You see, that's where you're running away. Once again, you're running away.
You are attacking my mother.
So when you want it to be, it's attacking. When you want it to be attacking, but this is my freedom of speech.
Yeah, that's fine.
So it's fine. So your mom's you're okay with that. So you have no jealousy, no pride of the fact that you're going to defend your mom? What kind of son are you? Huh? What kind of son are you? You're not going to defend your mom?
You are a pathetic little liar.
Really? So, okay, so, 1 second. So when it's my freedom of speech to say that about your mom because it hurts you, because it's someone close and loved to you, that I'm a pathetic liar. But you're okay with knowing that the Muslims love and care about their religion so much, and you're okay with harming them, and you don't come off like a pathetic liar yourself?
Is it a lie?
That's my point.
Hey,
That's my point. Hey, don't say hey to me.
Yeah,
I'm
I
not
will.
the
I
one.
will. I
I'm
will.
not the one.
I will.
I'm not the one.
I will say hey because you're.
I'm not the one.
Talking bullshit,
You don't want
and
that. You don't want it with me. You don't want the smoke with me. I'm not one of these people. You feel me? I'm not one of these people. I'm a little different. I'm built different. You understand?
You have this Muhammad beard.
Yeah, nah. It's gorgeous. It's sexy. It's not like you. Where's your Jesus beard? That's the point. You just mad because I look good. You just mad because I look good. All right? It's not my fault I'm sexy.
You don't have arguments. You have to behave.
No. It's not about arguments. You have no argument because when it came down to your mom and you loved her and cared about her, you didn't want us to talk about her, right? The point is this: we would never talk about your mom. The point is this: when you love and care about someone, it would be wrong for me, even under freedom of speech, to say something that hurts you. And that's the ignorance of that. It's freedom of speech when you want to do it, but when I want to do it, it's pathetic and you're a liar. Well, it's not a lie if your mom is.
You have been lying since we started.
Has I?
Yeah.
Show me some lies.
Rewind the tape.
You can rewind the tape.
I claim there is no golden rule. You claim there is, but
You're going back to that entire thing that you made up. You've made up this entire dogma that a religion has to have within yourself.
No, it doesn't have.
No, you're making up a dogma that a religion has to have this.
No, it doesn't. Because
It doesn't need to.
No, it doesn't need. But
There we go. There we go. There we go. So whether Islam has a golden rule or not, it doesn't matter because you just said you don't need it.
It don't matters much because Islam without a golden rule.
You made your point. You made your point. You made your point. You said that you don't need a golden rule, but yet you said Islam doesn't have one. So then there's a problem.
The problem is
that you made up the word golden rule like it's a real thing.
Rule.
But it's not a real thing.
Proves that it's crap.
You've proven nothing. By saying the word prove doesn't mean you've proved something. You see what I'm talking about?
The fact that you are admitting that Islam has no golden rule proves that Islam is
No, you're admitting the fact that you don't need a golden rule in a religion. You're making up your own ideas that a religion needs to have a golden rule to be considered a correct religion. You've made that up. Yes, you have. Yes, you have.
No, I just stated the fact. No, I stated the fact that all other world religions has a golden rule.
According to you.
Yeah.
But no scholar is saying, no, that's a fact because you said it's a fact.
Okay, leave that aside. Let's say that's my opinion only. But
and that's enough for it to be wrong. You already agreed that people who govern with their mind and their heart, like you said you do, can be wrong.
Are your audience illiterate and 70 IQ people?
Definitely not. Definitely not. That's definitely not. They're seeing the fact. They're seeing the fact that you're ridiculous.
It's so low.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yet you haven't been able to disprove anything that I've said.
I repeatedly proved that you don't have a golden rule, and that.
But once again, you're making up a word. You're making up an idea that needs to take place.
It's not my idea.
Of course it is.
It's universal.
Is it? Yeah. So what scholars supporting the fact that that religions need to have the golden rule?
All of them except you.
All of them except you. Why? Because, ladies and gentlemen, Lars over here said so. Congratulations. Go ahead. Google. Also, now our information needs to come from Google, right?
Depends on who delivers the information, but I'm quite sure.
It does depend, right? So who are your teachers? Who have you sat down with? What scholar of even a Christian religion, right? Of someone, even the Islamic religion, or an atheist scholar, who have you sat down with to learn about Islam? You've learned about it on your own.
Do you think this golden rule is a good idea or not?
It doesn't matter what your mind and heart govern. My mind and heart is not governed based upon what I believe to be true or correct. It's based upon a set of values that's been given divinely. You understand? And yours change with society. Yours change with society.
And the golden rule is not one of those values in Islam.
You're making Norwegians look bad. I just want you to say this.
The golden rule.
Norwegians are great people. Guys, I want to say this. Norwegians are great people. And that's why this DAWAH center of Masjid needs to take place so that people like him don't even like, it's not even about like existing because you can't eradicate this type of behavior. You could only educate them and you could only combat this through education.
You cannot eradicate truth. And you're a liar.
You're right.
So
you can eradicate truth. And that's why I'm standing over here. And how so? How so? Let's be honest over here. You're a hate preacher who gets clout and fame and popularity by burning a Quran. You are getting fame off of my religion. You're getting fame and popularity off of my religion. On your own, you can't do nothing.
And according to
on your own, you can't do nothing.
And according to Fahad, you're earning a lot of money.
How so?
You should.
So how much am I earning?
Have no idea.
Then you don't know yet. I'm earning a ton load of money, but he doesn't know. He doesn't know yet. I'm earning a ton load of money. This is the logic. This is who you guys follow. This is him. This is your leader. You need a new leader. You need a new leader, guys. This guy is a joker. This dude is a straight up joker. Fahad said that. He's telling me. He's telling you. Fahad, get him for a second. Are you telling him for a second at all that I'm earning some money over here and I'm earning a ton load of money?
No, bro.
No, but you know what you are doing? You're helping us, babe. You're earning.
The Muslims. Him. Yeah.
Oh yeah. You're doing a great job. Thank you so much. By the way, thank you.
Thank me.
I am. Thank you so much. Guys, we have the #1 CEO right over here who's helping build this DAWAH center right now for us. The more you hate, the more they donate. So just give us some more.
Yeah, I will. And what I will.
Ching ching, keep going.
Just a minute, I have to turn on the other side.
Sorry.
Because I don't only hear on one.
Okay.
We have this repeating subjects of Quran burning. What you come back to all the time is the emotions of the Muslims. When you
False.
Okay, so you say you're fine with it. Yeah. It looks like your emotion is a little up.
False.
Okay, so it's fine, but didn't you just say that Muslims are hurt by Quran burning?
You see, Muslims or any human being is hurt by something that's near and dear to them, Lars.
Yeah, you're fine.
Oh, fair?
Yeah.
Fair?
Yeah.
So if the Quran, if you know it hurts them, you doing it on purpose just shows your character. And by your doing that, yeah, you can get mad, but we would rather propel that energy and cause people to unite together and build this mosque and dawah center so we can eradicate the hate preachers such as yourself by educating the masses.
Fine, that's fine. And I'll.
That is fine, and that's exactly what you're helping us do.
Yeah, because most Muslims are killer zombies.
There we go.
And
there we go. Come on, yeah.
They behave like violent apes.
Beautiful.
When
Beautiful.
they
Go ahead.
attack us.
Keep on. I just saw £1,000 just
yeah.
get donated just from that comment right now. I appreciate y'all right now. You already know.
Twice they tried to kill me.
Have they? I can't imagine why anyone would want to harm you when you are filled with so much hate and harmful towards someone's beliefs and value. I don't see anyone. A second ago when I was hypothetically talking about your mom, you got so butthurt that you wanted to be, oh, you're a pathetic little liar, but you're hurting someone's entire career. Why someone would dislike you. I just want to make this clear. Off camera, when he's not popularity hunting, he's actually a pretty fine gentleman. Alhamdulillah, like he actually showed the values. But the moment the cameras start running, he becomes a different person because it's a popularity contest and he's clout chasing over here. Off camera, you're not that guy. Off camera, you're a better person than you make yourself to be. And you know what? If you're talking about dualism, it's you, because the hatred that you have towards Islam is very clear. But when asked to say you hate Islam, no comment. That, my friends, is cowardice. That is a pathetic thing, and that makes you a liar.
The problem with you.
What's my problem?
You don't accept.
My problem's that sexy? Yes, that is my problem. I look too good, mashallah, barakallah.
Try to behave.
Hey, don't tell. I'm behaving how I want to behave. I work off my own ethics, right? I work on my own ethics. Allah told me I can behave this way, right? I can. I can look gorgeous because this is how Allah's made me. I don't want to. Hey, whatever you're using for your formula. What politics?
But the thing I was talking about, Quran burning, the whole problem here is that you.
No, I oppose. Let me tell you something. If you were burning a Bible, I would feel the same. It's not just feelings. It's ethically wrong. It's ethically wrong. You don't think it's ethically wrong? Is it ethically wrong to burn a Bible?
To give you this argument.
Is it ethical to burn a Bible? Yes or no? Anyone cool with burning Bibles? The answer is no.
The Western civilization and Islam.
The answer is no. Anyone cool with burning Bibles? No. No one wants to burn a Bible. Because that's hate. You're a hater.
Coming here with these emotions again.
It's not emotions.
It's not an argument in a political debate.
Teach me another person's house of worship. That's what my ethics teach me. The Quran teaches me that if it's house of worship, I am not. And the Quran teaches me not to destroy or burning mosques down, wouldn't you?
No.
If you could, you would.
No.
You're lying.
Okay, fine.
You are. To burn anyone's religion.
According to yes.
So it's okay to burn flags and everything like that. Okay.
That's an opposite evil.
For you to burn someone's holy book, and Islam doesn't.
It's because Islam is far more than a question about
burn someone's book. Yet when you govern my brothers, beloved brothers and sisters, people who are corrupt, it will tell you, and that is not to burn a book. There is no Western ethics that tell you to burn someone's holy books.
Has built
you're making a fool out of yourself. There's no anyone.
Bring down. That's it.
Really? Yeah, you're the one promoting burning someone's holy books. You're doing that.
You know that Islam is an evil and false religion.
Burn someone's book. Go ahead.
Well, the mosques.
Okay, tell me where. And you said okay, wait. But Muslims and Islam are separate. Remember? According to Muslims, it is the same thing. It doesn't matter what you tell this man. His own arguments that he has pitfalls in and holes in, when it goes against him, no problem. So when he wants to say positive things, oh no. Muslims Look, we could be here all day. We could be here all day, but I just want to let you know, man. Seriously, this is making up everything. This is you towards depression.
To be a good Muslim, you have to hate the kafir. You know that.
He's going to tell us how we have to practice our religion when clearly he doesn't even know what's going on.
Muhammad, behavior of Muhammad.
I am. Is how ridiculous you are and how hate-filled you are. And I think more than anything, within yourself that's extremely disgusting. You should not be treating anyone and harming them that way. Especially the fact that you know it harms and it hurts them. That's wrong.
Gaining power in our country.
Yeah.
From invading and occupying. Because feelings are not an argument.
Got you. I teach you to burn someone's holy. Our ethics don't teach you that. Your ethics do.
Western civilized ethics.
So civilized ethics teach you to burn someone's holy book.
Precise.
Civilized Western ethics teach you to burn someone. Really?
If you act like a violent ape, look at yourself.
Yeah, I am
You
looking at
belong in a
myself.
civilized.
I do. I'm fully civilized. That's Western ethics, and you're civilized by hurting someone. You uncivilized, my friend. That's what you don't
I'm
understand.
preaching what Allah and Muhammad preaches.
Really?
Really? I am just retelling what you.
So you would call yourself a Muslim. So if you're teaching and following what Allah teaches, Muhammad teaches, no. You're not Muslim. Yet you're following the teaching.
But I'm learning people what.
You're learning from no teacher whatsoever. You're learning this on your own.
I'm learning it from Allah, Muhammad, even if
you follow
Al-Tabari.
Something to sound a little bit more sophisticated.
I have two speeches here.
Are you?
I've had, let's say, 100 speeches.
It feels good. It makes you feel popular, doesn't it?
Don't interrupt.
It makes you feel good. It makes you feel good.
Has any Muslim been able to point out, oh, this...
Absolutely wrong.
Not...
Do that.
What are some
You're doing this for...
I would. It's
so freedom of speech means that you
depends on what country you are in.
So every country has different hate.
I can hate. It's not.
But you've never not once said that you hate Muslims or hate Islam.
No,
You don't. So you love it?
no.
I'm asking the hate.
What you are saying is.
I think you're
As I have told
right.
you. That's stupid.
You're obsessed with.
Told you.
You're obsessed with this.
repeatedly,
You love it.
Islam is a political.
You love it.
That's,
You can't. You can't.
and
Yeah.
It has destroyed. It has killed more than 200.
You're obsessed with it.
Like a little child.
So who leads you here? Correct in a democratic society.
Yeah, that's right.
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pakistan, I don't care.
Why, you don't care? You don't. This country belongs to the white people.
If you have values that's opposite to ours,
You haven't been able to tell
about that.
Yeah, and you were able to say, so Norwegian values teach you. I'm a Quran burning. Yeah, you can burn someone else's holy book. You have nothing to stand up on your own.
Let me say, people trying to kill me all the time.
But that makes you feel important.
Feel important.
Do.
Yeah,
It drives people. It drives people. That's where you
I had hundreds of speeches, and I burned, let's say,
look at
inform you that
No, you're trying to sound like an authority on this matter.
No.
Because
You're fantasizing.
the fact that burning someone's holy book is wrong.
Yep.
It's a fantasy.
And
No, you're a cloud. And making sure that you're using someone else's book. The amount of You've never even thanked me. You thank my faith for gaining all this, man. Like speeches that you've given 100. Where's Arca? You're getting. Huh? You're obsessed with my religion. Yes.
My wife, my daughter, I don't like that. The police.
The police is saying that.
Yes.
Really? So when a cop comes over here, I'm gonna ask him, "Hey, are Muslims Muslim and Islam are two different things?"
That's wrong according to my taste, but it's the same thing.
So a person who does something like that, if they're acting on their own, if someone is drinking alcohol, that makes them have weakness within them. That has nothing to do with the religion. The problem is, Lars, every time you that doesn't make sense, you're like, no, two separate things. You literally make no sense.
Here is the following. Yeah. This is the second time you bring in in the debate.
Okay, what else do you want to bring?
Muslim.
Why is it un-Islamic?
Drink alcohol because it's not a problem to me.
Aha.
My wife is
Who wife?
Muslim.
Your Muslim was your wife?
Do not interrupt.
Are you trying to something right now?
Yeah, I'm
Shut up. Was your wife?
You are primitive.
You're the one primitive. You said you could put this away. You could put that away. You could put that away.
Let me finish.
Let me tell you something right now.
When infidel woman,
Yeah.
it is wrong, but to distort the argument.
I'm asking
you know, our women, it is okay because Muhammad was he infidel women and he
so when a Muslim wife that you're stupid. You're the stupid. You're trying to make ladies and gentlemen, we've been practicing Islam in this deen the whole way incorrect. Sheikh Lars has told us that it is a sunnah woman. Wow. What else is a sunnah? Go ahead.
to keep
practicing Islam and people
all the other things that prophet is good. Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay, so
All
of them. There's so many. Tell me more.
Don't you think that is enough?
So he has two arguments. Notice two arguments. Killing. Go ahead. What else?
No. I said plunder, slavery, all the things, torture, all the nasty
Muhammad
things.
was slaving people.
Yes.
Not the West.
And he was.
Not the West. The West were enslaving people. Go ahead. So the West wasn't.
I'm going to answer. You interrupt me. During the time, let's say, all dynasties since man stood up on two legs has been to some degree based on slavery.
Okay.
And slavery is bad, considering our ethics. Slavery is bad.
Okay.
And that's why white people in Europe, mainly England, but also stood up against slavery and also made Americans to slavery in cities. So the civilized world stopped slavery.
Can you give a sense of something, Lars, please?
But because the Prophet is the eternal good example, the best behavior.
Okay.
And he took slaves, he bought slaves, he sold slaves, he gave away slaves.
Okay.
Because that is sunnah. It's always good. And the slave market in Saudi, I think it closed in 1966.
Okay.
But still, there's slavery today in the Islamic countries.
Okay.
And it will be for eternity because it's good Islam, because of sunnah.
Okay. So in your ideas, what we're trying to do is enslave you guys as well too.
Yes.
We're trying to enslave you.
The Quran says so, and the history.
So what's stopping me from enslaving you? What do you think is stopping me?
Years ago.
Okay, so cool. This doctrine. What's stopping us from enslaving you? Go ahead, talk to us.
So
once we're strong enough, what are we gonna do when we enslave you?
The history shows that.
What will we do when we enslave you? Go ahead. What are we gonna do when we enslave you?
What masters do to slaves.
So tell us. What are we gonna do?
Don't be stupid. You know what
No. What are we gonna do?
Slave works. They get work. They die.
Okay.
Yeah.
So can a slave buy his freedom?
Probably yes. How should he buy his freedom?
You're a scholar in Islam.
Yeah.
Tell them how they buy this freedom.
Let me tell you.
How does a slave buy the freedom?
I'll tell you if you don't.
Sheikh Lars.
Yeah. When the Muslims had.
By the way, thank you so much for this appeal. DAWAH Center and Masjid in Norway, the largest, one of its kind. You're the most generous person here. I appreciate you. Go ahead.
When the Muslim barbarians had slaves in Europe.
How do you buy slavery? How do you make slavery? Tell us.
I'm telling you.
Sunnah, right? According to that, you mentioned Sunnah. So tell me about the history and teaching of the Prophet. How do as a slave buy their freedom? Go ahead.
When the Muslim barbarians had slaves in Europe and
what Europe? Tell me how the Prophet. Remember, we don't go about Europe. We talk about the Prophet Muhammad. Allah is. Tell me about the book. Tell me about the Prophet.
Like a baby.
Go ahead.
Interrupting.
Tell me how did the Prophet Muhammad do that? Go ahead.
You are interrupting.
But you
know.
Tell me.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
You're interrupting.
Go ahead. Tell me how they do it.
You could be a great politician because you're full of and you interrupt.
I learned from the back here.
When did I interrupt you?
Huh?
I haven't interrupted.
I don't need you because you're saying a bunch of smoke over here. You haven't. How does slave buy freedom in Islam? According to our text, Sunnah, how?
I'm going back to that.
Europe exist. Europe didn't exist. Tell me how.
I'm on it, but you are.
Look at these words. You're obstructing me. Calm down, man. No one's obstructing you. Go ahead and tell us.
When we have an argument.
When a person doesn't have an answer, they go round and around, and that's. Am I?
Stop. Yes.
Then answer the question. How do this slavery according to the Muslim?
The gold rule is made up. It doesn't exist.
What was that? Was that your?
Had these slave rights. Women as sex slaves. Were taken to this.
You don't even call you that.
Because you know that you.
Show me where how did in Islam. Unless you're going to tell me how in Islam how the Quran how they're free.
Slaves who were held in Islamic countries.
You listen to this guy. Listen to him. He wants to say that holy books. He thinks it's okay. Convince a Norwegian man. Is it okay? Ours once again. Why don't we ask a Norwegian person? Let's pull up a person and ask him it's okay. It's a democratic Western system to burn someone's holy book. Go ahead. Show me one person that would agree with you. Show me one person agrees with you. Look, once again, you're becoming a victim again. When things don't go your way, you're being like a child, you're obstructing me. Show me one Norwegian, show me one person that thinks it's okay to burn someone's holy book. Norwegian values?
A good example of how a good Muslim is.
Yeah, I am. I am a good Muslim. I am.
He's a bad person.
It's an oxymoron. Listen to the oxymoron. A good Muslim is a bad person. Had they free slaves? Once again, guys, proving the fact that Lars has nothing, no leg to stand on. So as you see, again, Lars, you're just talking a lot, but you haven't answered any questions, right? The camera's over here. Your ear doesn't work, sir. Stay on this side. My camera's over here. Let's stay on one side. So it's not that he's favoriting Muslims right now, or Torah if he had to. We all know that if you go ahead and try it.
Okay, let's
Torah. Lars, if you Torah, it's over for you. Don't even play yourself. Please, 10% of
I am already being shut down by big tech. No, why should I? You're taking this.
You love Islam. You tell you are in love with Islam. I am. You need to yourself. Hate someone's values because it goes and you against your superior. I can do whatever I want. Really upset. That was freedom of speech, right? Feelings are two different things. When you talk about your mom or your wife, your feelings get hurt. You have no pride. You don't care. So someone says something about mom, you're okay with that.
Not a civilized
Man, you have no pride, no dignity to defend your mom. You have dignity. It's gross and disgusting. Say something about your grandchildren or your wife shows what kind of man. Violating your mom. If I started violating your wife, it's hate speech because I'm doing something. Hate speech. That's our Muslim mindset. No one is okay. Would you be okay with someone talking about your moms? Yes or no?
No.
How? Speech versus hatred. I know that would hurt you. Their book is being spoken about that they love and adore, and a prophet that they does that make sense?
Yeah.
And see, that's what this large just talk about someone's mom or someone's wife or something like that. That's when you respect. Peace up, bro. Big homie. Norwegian people are actually good people. You understand? It is you who are giving Norwegians bad. If anyone needs to be deported, this dude needs to be deported and removed. Where would he go? You need to leave Norway.
You're
arrested. He's not even arrested. You deserve people of hate speech under your speech. You're actually deluded in your mind. Real. By burning my book. Burning my book.
The point there is
You're getting fame. You did grow balls. More dignity. Okay. All this garbage off. I'm not one
verbal violent ape.
Right? Listen, homie, I can say what I need to be. Decent man. On camera, homie was trying to get us an umbrella. Off camera, he was acting nice. Off camera, he had manners. On camera, this behaves. You're a clout chaser.
Islamic behavior. You behave.
Job that you're doing. Yes, it is. And you know, the thing that you're trying to eradicate, you're only establishing a mosque in the country of Norway, and it's going to be the largest Dawah center and mosque. The thing that you are trying to eradicate, you're only establishing the fact that you're a hater. Families around you, and I pray that someone gets guided out of your face. What you're talking about is you look like an idiot. It doesn't make it right for you to hurt them and harm them. You understand? You need to respect the values for them. People at heart. Norwegians are civilized, good people, and the fact that you're giving Norwegians a bad name,
I'm pending Norway against you.
Huh? Are you following me now?
Yeah.
You follow me? I got respect, but I don't go that way. So if you're trying to do that, you need your partner to you? Because he's speaking in your bad ear. Tell him in his good ear. Supporting a man. What's your value? What do you believe?
Lars met up with you to try to have a civil conversation.
You believe he's doing to burn someone's beliefs and values?
I'm not going to waste my time on people.
Because you know you're not going to speak the truth. The truth is this: you support this.
I'm trying to answer you, but you cut me off and you talk when I answer. I've been at his stand and
making a macho man by burning someone's book and values.
Again, you won't let me answer.
You think that's okay?
Afraid we would only do it with police protection. I had no protection. All the other Quran burnings. I tell everyone, even my supporters, if you're going to comment.
People supporters. Show. Sir. You have right? Just because someone supports you doesn't mean it's right.
Some action. Question whether some action is important. You and I have also
It's unethical.
to kill, torture. That's ethical.
Okay.
And I don't want him here. And we don't. That's why we.
But that's the. But
And I haven't talked to him. Have you asked him why
you're deporting someone because to
There's
your.
only one.
Muslim, and maybe that can then.
I can't answer.
You support it. It's very meaningful and close to billions of people. It doesn't make it right.